The shocking finding about Prince Harry's health. Hello and welcome to the channel. There is something I have noticed about Prince Harry for many years, but which has lain dormant in my mind until now. In apparently unrelated news, I am having to tell of many naughty patients of mine who do not use sun cream. It is not only the fair-skinned amongst us who are at risk. If you are olive-skinned or dark-skinned, please be sure to protect your skin too, as we in the Northern Hemisphere enjoy the sunny days of summer. My last two patients to be diagnosed with melanoma of the skin are dark-skinned. Please do not forget to protect your lips. And if there is a dark discoloration of any of your toenails or fingernails that is not due to a blood clot or hematoma, if you didn't stub your toe against a table leg or something, please go and check it out. It could well be a subungual melanoma, a melanoma under the nail. Public service announcement over. Where was I? Yes, Prince Harry. Do you agree with me that Prince Harry is a bit bow-legged? Here it is more noticeable than most. And if you want a close-up of his legs, as well here. And if we measure the angle, we see here that the projectile of the yellow arrow, the axis, is at an angle from the red arrow's axis. When he walks, it is very noticeable, at least to me. For copyright reasons, I am unable to post any videos of him walking. But by all means, do your own research on this. Either this is intrinsic, or he copied this walk from someone else. Now, I also notice that Prince Harry as a child did not have bow legs. So this bow-leggedness, is that a word? Appeared sometime after his childhood, perhaps in his teens. Is this some sort of young man's walk? A teenage rite of passage thing? A macho swagger? Could it be that Prince Harry copied this walk from Denzel Washington? That man has to have the most distinctive walk in the world. And he also appears bow-legged to me. Do you agree? This is where it gets interesting. You know who else has this exact same walk? It's another actor, Idris Elba. Is this why he was invited to Prince Harry's wedding? Was it a silent thank you for the walk? I'm kidding, of course. Idris Elba, by the way, is also bow-legged. Is this just a coincidence? Or does this observation help me deduce something important about the health of Prince Harry? Could it be that all three men are somehow simulating bow-leggedness? Is it actually theoretically possible to induce bow-leggedness? Yes, it is. Simply by turning your feet outwards as you walk, so-called external rotation of your hip joint. Assuming Prince Harry is not a copycat and is not feigning bow-leggedness as some sort of weird trend, what could have possibly caused bow-leggedness in a teenager or young adult living in rainy UK? You guessed it, vitamin D deficiency. You will be shocked how many young people I see every year with vitamin D deficiency. And no, they're not always Muslim young women with total body cover. Not at all. A lack of sunshine in many temperate countries combined with indoor activities taking precedence over outdoor activities, video games anyone, leads to a surprising finding of vitamin D deficiency amongst many teenage children in the West these days. This is a little-known side effect of the social media age that all parents need to know about. If the nickname Bunker Harry is accurate, then it implies that Prince Harry spent a whole lot of time in a bunker, presumably an indoor one. Why is it shocking that Prince Harry may be or may have been vitamin D deficient? You see, logically, Prince Harry should not really be at risk of vitamin D deficiency. You know why? Because he is fair-skinned. Fairer skin should absorb more ultraviolet sunlight than darker skin. Again, a little known fact, but it's true. It's actually not a paradox that we see African children, even though they are often near naked or, so to speak, not covered up, playing in the sun all day and still winding up with severe rickets and osteomalacia, both of which are diseases associated with vitamin D deficiency. Rickets occurring in children and osteomalacia in adults. It is to be expected. The additional risk factor, of course, in some of the African children is nutritional deficiency because although the sun is the biggest source of vitamin D, you can also get some vitamin D from food sources such as dairy products, eggs, sardines, tuna, liver, and mushrooms. Bearing in mind that vitamin D is crucial for bone development in growing children, a lack of vitamin D before the final product, the final development of the long bones of the legs is achieved, the risk is that the legs get deformed. The deformities possible are mainly of the bow-legged variety, but knock knees or X legs can also be the result. The bones are not the only body components to suffer in the presence of vitamin D deficiency. The muscles too are at risk. Untreated vitamin D deficiency results in the ends of the long bones becoming enlarged and the legs becoming bowed or knock-kneed. Muscles can become weak and the chest may become deformed due to the pull of the diaphragm on the ribs that had been weakened by vitamin D deficiency. In a child, rickets, for example. This pull of the diaphragm on the ribs causes a kind of groove or crevice on the ribs. This is known as Harrison's groove or Harrison's sulcus. Yes, it is indeed called Harrison's groove. I am definitely not making this up. Here is an example. And if you are interested in an in-depth review of Harrison's groove, this 1956 article from the JAMA, the Journal of the American Medical Association, is the one to beat. So yes, you guessed what my next question is going to be. Do we have topless photos of Prince Harry? Well, hello Las Vegas. Ding dong, a strip poker. Look at these photos. Do you see the Harrison's groove on the left? I rest my case. And what about this photo? I noticed something else, by the way. Do you see what I see? Does it appear to you, as it does to me, that Prince Harry has an uneven or asymmetrical chest? I have two possible postulations for this. The first one is that Prince Harry has a slight gynecomastia on the left side, a man boob, so to speak. But I think this is highly unlikely. My more probable diagnosis is a rare deformity called Poland syndrome. Yes, the country in Eastern Europe. I shall let this plastic surgeon explain Poland syndrome to you. His photo of Poland syndrome is the best one that closely resembles Prince Harry's variant. If I am correct that Prince Harry has a mild form of Poland syndrome, and his case is at worst a mild form of the disease, because we can see that he does have a pectoralis major muscle on the right. It is just a bit smaller than on the left, so don't worry. It's a mostly cosmetic disease, although in severe cases, sufferers have muscle pains and weakness on the side of the chest affected and do require medical intervention. Thankfully, I think Prince Harry's case is only mild. Now, speaking of muscles, let's get back to the gait or style of walking. Prince Harry, along with the two actors who walk like him, seem to have a top-heavy kind of walk. They use the upper body and arms to direct their walk. It is almost ape-like and hence rather over-the-top masculine. The male ape, of course, being one of the most macho primates there is. This top-heavy walk is particularly pronounced in Denzel Washington. I suppose this has only enhanced his career as a celebrity, as an actor. But in Prince Harry's case, I also noticed that he has rather slim legs, slimmer than one would expect for his height and build. He does seem top-heavy, and when he walks, this is even more evident. I wonder, is this the leg equivalent of Harrison's groove of the chest? Here, I don't detect an asymmetry, a difference in the two sides. His legs look equal in size and length to me. So, the $64,000 question. Why did Banker Harry develop a vitamin D deficiency in his teenage years? Why wasn't his fair skin color enough to protect him? The answer is simple. As a redhead, a ginger, he would have had to use high-factor sunscreen whenever he was exposed to sunlight, which is, of course, the correct thing to do. Herein lies one of many conflicts of interest in medicine. The choice here is to either burn the skin and risk skin cancer, and then at least the bones and muscles get what they want, or protect the skin and damn the consequences for bones and muscles. Another famous conflict of interest in medicine that sees cardiologists and kidney specialists, nephrologists, go to war with each other is the conundrum where diuretics, water tablets, are given by cardiologists to their heart failure patients who end up with too much water on the lungs and can't breathe. This makes them pee out all their body water, driving the kidney specialists nuts because the patient then goes into kidney failure. But I digress. So, in the face of this conflict of interest between bones and skin, is there a middle ground? Sure there is. In this case, the safest option is to let the skin win and just take vitamin D supplements and eat vitamin D-rich foods. But do we think teenage Prince Harry would have eaten right or taken vitamin D supplements? Probably not. Vitamin D deficiency is, of course, an age-sensitive issue. It must be corrected in the growing years before the bones and muscles are done with development. As we can't expect much self-responsibility from children and teenagers, parents are charged with this task. Do it for your children. Take care of their bones and muscles. Until next time, stay healthy especially skin, bone, and muscle healthy. And if you have any questions about skin, bone, or muscle health, or any other medical issue, please feel free to ask a doc.